Hello again, metal minifigure collectors. A little bit of knowledge from Wikipedia. Libu, although I would pronounce the person's name Lubu, was part of the Eastern Han Dynasty. He was a Chinese general and warlord. And so this is around the year 200, I think that time frame. And that's all I care to talk about because I don't speak Chinese. I don't want to butcher the language. But all we know is we have a general and a warlord. And there's no written accounts of what this person looks like, but the modern world portrays this person to have two ponytails. That's the extent of what I picked up here. Okay, so let's look at this little metal minifigure here. Magnetic minifigure. I guess we'll just start with the weapon. So this is made of brass, as you can see. Yeah, nice enough details. You got some sort of banding, maybe straps or something down at the bottom as well as up here for grip. Pretty nice little pointy blades here, and then a spear tip. Please leave a comment. What would this weapon be called? I don't know my Chinese weapons, but yeah, it's nice to collect toys and see things that I believe may have existed in reality. All right, so now let's just take a look at the whole figure, and it definitely looks pretty mean with this face. Very very mean looking general. All right, but really cool. And then as you can see here, we have a nice inserted piece here, green. It's probably made of glass. Yeah, I could be wrong. I think the first one I got, it was glass. It was some sort of hard material, but just the sound of that sounds like it's plastic. It's not making a high-pitched sound. But that's fine, right? I don't care. It's just be mindful. It's sticking out a lot, so you could lose it if you play around with these too much. All right, so the thing is magnetic, so you can take it apart. And this is actually crazy that this is safe to ship. It was in bubble wrap, of course, and in a box and stuff, but I guess being metal, right? It's being copper. It's durable, but I feel like it could break very easily. Very nicely detailed, though, these ponytails, right? They almost look like the tail of a dragon. As you can see here, the face is made of brass, and then this white copper up here, it's got like a black paint wash. So very nice little Chinese detailing here, filigree or whatever you want to call these swirly shapes. And even a little bit of something here. I don't know if that's a popular symbol, but it's neat. Some hair details with the paint wash in there, and then the magnet jammed up in there, and a lot of resin to keep that magnet trapped in place so it doesn't fall out. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so looking in here, all right, got a collar, I guess symmetric shoulders and arms. So let's take a look at this. The magnet, of course. Yeah, these are crazy glued or epoxied together. If it's broken, don't worry about it. It's made of metal, so you could glue it, and if you mess up, just do it again. But this one's in good shape. It's a multiple piece, right? It's made of brass here, and then the white copper, and white copper again here. So a three-piece arm, and really cool details. It's got like I don't know if that's a dragon face, right? But it's got pupil recesses. You could add some red paint in there. It would make it look super mean. And then the perimeter of the armor shoulder piece here. There's some plates or something here, or rivets holding maybe hard plates in there. Some sort of bubbling up texture here. Yeah, interesting. It's just covered with details. And what's nice is all the details are really recessed. So I think you could add paint to these and then clean off any sloppy paint because the paint would sit in the recess, right? Or you could weather them, and again, being metal, if you mess up the weathering, just polish it out and start again. Or dip it in acid and start again. Or paint thinner or whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, this side here, I'll just take the thing apart. So, brass, the main torso is brass, right? You got this, I don't know, roundish, bubbly texture here. And then we have a white copper face again, dragon face with some teeth there, some sort of chest plates there, and then shoulder clasps, I'm not sure, some sort of waviness of a fabric. And then back here, what's going on? Yeah, just some interesting decoration. And then here we have the bottom of this cape made of copper. So nice color contrast, some waviness to make it look like fabric. Okay. And then, I don't know, it looks like maybe it's got a metal fringe. Very blocky, Lego-like, right? And then here, right, let's just see what's going on up in there. All right, it's actually hollow right there. Did not catch that. Yeah, there's some holes or something. Okay. And then you can see the inner robe. It's not compatible really with Lego because Legos are trapezoidal or pyramid-like, but this is just a rectangle. But nice groove details filled in with some color. And then this is magnetic as well, and you can see all the resin trapping the magnets in place, and that's what keeps them from falling out, right? So they're really smart. There's one magnet in here, and there's polarity, so you can't put the arm on the improper side because the magnet's pushing it away. So, okay, I'm just a little curious what this would look like without the armor. It's actually interesting. Sorry, I was zoomed in too much. It's a little weird, but it's not a total disaster. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of a fidget toy, right? You can just sit there, take it apart, put it together. Oh, this would be interesting. Now, if the cape was all equal, you could just lose the feet entirely, right? But, okay, so naturally that just falls out from gravity, but the head will keep it from doing so. Okay. So the head will, well, the hair gets in the way, right? If it wasn't for the hair, you'd probably do a 360 exorcist, but the hair gets in the way. But the arms can pretty much 360. Yeah, so that's good. And the magnets are strong, so even though this is pretty heavy, so here's an issue. Let's try this side. Okay. Well, you can bend the hands a little bit or spread them apart, being metal. Just take your time. I think if you try to do it quickly, you might stress the metal too much and maybe it'll break. But, okay. It could have just been some molding flash. I'm literally scraping that molding flash off as I rotate this. Alright, so that's fine. So, anyhow. The magnets are strong, right? So, it's two magnets after all. So it holds the pose very well. But being such a long thing, I think it just looks good standing like that. Being like a tripod, almost like a sentry guard. Alright, I only have two other ones. My first one was this Crimson Templar, or I think it's known as a Paladin. And then I also have this Viking of some sort. So you can see the variety in the fatness here, a pretty slim character and just an armored up medieval kind of character. Alright, so they're all pretty cool though. They're all using 3 different metals. They all have the magnets. This was actually very polished up. The other two less so, but I actually prefer them to look a little more matte and dirty, being warriors. You can look at reviews of the other ones there, obviously. And then just for comparing to an actual Lego, I don't know what this Lego's character is called. It looks maybe Japanese, it could be Chinese, not sure. So you can naturally pose this guy with your regular Lego collection. But I will say the thing is pretty tall. I mean, this thing's on a base plate, so it's imposing. It's definitely higher quality for sure. Alright, well, hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. I shall review some more, maybe learn a little bit about China, but again, I'm not going to go deep into it because I don't want to really butcher the language. But if you, want to leave some comments and drop some knowledge on all of us, that would be nice. Always here to learn. Thanks for watching. See you next time around.